All right, Libra. So just looking at these two, for me, it's like needing to crack down on yourself here and continue what you have planned for yourself instead of letting fear of the unknown take hold. So from like vampire, discipline, training, consistency, and practice, but then from chakra wisdom, you pulled mysticism. Now, discipline is about you needing to create a program of change and sticking to your commitments. But some of you may be wanting to back out from that because of mysticism. This is fear of the unknown. It's about ignoring your intuition. But it's also saying that, it's time to kind of like observe things, and allow your intuition to open up here. But I think it's telling you that, you need to continue. All right, Libra. Here's your overall for the week. Very nice. Very, very nice. I look at the star and I look at the hermit and I think looking at the bigger picture, but this is actually seeing your hopes in a much bigger way, right? And seeing that, it is attainable. Now, we could definitely be talking about healing of a situation though, too. And then you have Aquarius front and center. But no matter what's happening with the star being the overall, you're going to be fine. I almost look at this just as good as like the sun. Ooh, in the past, the Page of Cups. So, feeling something new. Communication of emotions. But I always see the Page of Cups as, if this is something that's being offered to you, it's a new feeling, something that you haven't experienced before, right? I don't think that we're talking about dealing with somebody who is emotionally naive. I think that this is something good coming through. Oh boy. In the present, the Queen of Wands. So for some of you dealing with a fire sign here, but with the Queen of Wands being there, it's like, I don't really see her as like an ego boost. I think that that's more of the King of Wands, but I kind of get that here a little bit. It's something that makes you feel good, but also gives you a little bit of confidence, right? I mean, if you're feeling like that right now, that's perfect. Being able to manage things, right? She's super attractive. But with the star being there, it's like, with whatever's coming through with that Page of Cups, it's like a push to see things on a much bigger scale. But it's good, right? But I like it. So, even if you're dealing with another person, if they're making you feel that way, it's good. But, we'll see what's happening. Oh boy. Future conditions, the Two of Cups. And I look back at the Oracle cards and I think, why is it that you're wanting to kind of back out on this? I mean, other than fearing what you don't know. Because otherwise discipline wouldn't be showing up. But the Two of Cups and future conditions, right? The relationship, business partnerships, which is possible with the Queen of Wands being there. Having a good connection with somebody here, the healing of a relationship. But I don't know, this seems new to me because of the Page of Cups coming through. But you're attracting this, right? With the Queen of Wands being there. Okay, your best path to follow, the Nine of Wands. Be careful about how you're looking at this. Especially if there's a lot of new feelings that are coming through here. If you have somebody communicating something to you, looking at the Nine of Wands and then looking at the star, I don't like the feeling of, being paranoid, right? And peeking out to see what's going to happen. Because that, to me, just goes right back to mysticism. It's not that there is a need so much to pay attention to your intuition. It's more of not fearing what you don't know and being, so on guard and worrying about what's coming through to you. But there's a reason why you feel that way. But with the star being there, like I said, to me, it's good, right? There's a reason to have hope, especially when it comes to, making a connection with somebody. But just be careful about how you're looking at it, though. Oh boy. All right. In your environment, death. Now, That being connected to the Queen of Wands. This to me almost looks like, yeah, I do think that some of you have somebody coming through. I do think that this is a newer situation, that some of you may be feeling something here that's really good. I think it's a good thing with the Page of Cups. But looking at the Two of Cups and future conditions, just something definitely came to an end here in your environment, but it changed you. And it may be a person coming through that has changed you. I don't necessarily feel like this is you clinging. I do, though, worry about what you're looking at or what you're peering out at and how you're viewing it because of the Nine of Wands being your advice. But, you know, there's a reason for that, right? And it could be because you just ended a situation and now you have a totally new possible relationship coming through here. But again, with the Star being there, I mean, it's fine. I don't think that this is the healing of a past relationship. I think that this is something new. You know, and again, general, right? Your hopes and your fears, the Knight of Cups. So yeah, there definitely is something that's being offered, but, you know, can you accept it? That's the thing. Especially if there's questions surrounding the emotions of another. Now, you know, with the Knight of Cups, because of the Star being there and everything that I'm looking at here, to me, it doesn't look like this is somebody that doesn't understand how they feel. I think that it's just as new for them as it is for you. But the offer that's being made looks really good. You know, and like I said, this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be about a business partnership, absolutely. But you're kind of looking at them like, you know, is this going to be a good thing, right? Like you're not sure. Because I'm still looking at that Nine of Wands and dude looking out and peering out, looking at what's coming and like preparing here. But for what? You know? But that's only because of what you've been through. But that's over with death being there. I don't see that Knight of Cups as a bad thing, you know, especially if you're hoping for this, you know, hoping that an offer is going to be made, but you lead right into the Two of Cups. Oh, look at it. The Six of Cups. Now, going back to the past, I still think that this is a new situation, but with the Six of Cups, it may have been, you know, a connection with somebody that you knew before, right? Or this is somebody coming through making this offer from your past, but it's new. It's like a new feeling, new emotions coming through. You know, when you look at the Six of Cups, right, to me, it looks like somebody who's like making that gesture. And you have offers like all the way around you, but I think it has to do with one person in particular. But you know, is this going back on happy memories and maybe healing some things though too? And to me, this is easy peasy. You have definitely something coming through here. It's in a very new way. There are new emotions surrounding it. There may be a little bit of a fear of what you don't know, but that's only because of death being in your environment and something coming to a definite end. But it's over. It's over. Things are changing, right? But I still see you being a little bit hesitant here with the Nine of Wands. But coming out, it's like, you know, I'm looking at this and looking at possible reconnection with somebody, but it's all a whole new situation. With the Ace of Cups clarifying that, though, it's perfect, right? And there it is. I mean, you've got cups all the way around you. So I'm going to guess that some of you are dealing with a water sign here. Possibly fire. But I think with the Six of Wands, right, it's attention. It's recognition. You know? And then not only that, but the recognition over the fact that you ended something for good. And that may be opening the door for something else to come back through in a new way. But with the sun being there and looking, I mean, it's perfect, right? Everything is clear. There's happiness. There is a definite connection here. And it looks good. And you see everything clearly now. It's perfect. It's a perfect reading. And it's about damn time we see a good one. But it looks so good. It looks so good. Even if this is about a relationship from the past coming back through, to me, this looks like it's in such a new way that it's almost like it's a new person to you, but there's still like that history there with the Six of Cups. And that may be a connection that goes well beyond what you even realize. And then transition and looking at death, yeah, things are transitioning, but only after you take action. Once you understand where you are going, I look at the solar plexus and I think your sense of self and your identity is what pushes you forward. So where are you going? Once you have that understanding and you start taking action, things start to transition. It's perfect. I love it. All right. Whispers of love. What's going on with Libra? And then listen with your heart. You are listening to what is being said to you, but need to listen with a loving heart. That's it. Like I've always said with this one's basically like, what my kids say to me. I know you can hear me, but are you listening to me, Mom? Right? So if somebody is saying, I love you, you need to listen. You need to listen with your heart and hear it and return that back. But it's perfect, right? But I still worry about that Nine of Wands a little bit, Be careful about blocking out that Ace of Cups, right? Don't look at it and think that it's something that you need to keep out. You may have gone through, a major ending in your life, but definitely things are transitioning here. And the connection that's being made for some of you looks fantastic. All right, Libra. So not a lot of people get to see the star after a death, right? Having a major ending in your life and then, opening the door to change. Not a lot of people get to see the stars. And this is perfect. And what's coming through is coming through in a new way. And I do think for some of you, this is a completely new situation that may go beyond what you actually are aware of, right? I don't know. I kind of get the feeling with the Six of Cups that it's like, more than one lifetime type of connection. Now, this could definitely be a relationship from the past that's coming back through, but it's only after, having gone through a difficult ending here, and not so much difficult, but, it's not like the Ten of Swords where it's pain, but when you're looking at death, it's something that is definitely over with. But I think that with the Queen of Wands being there, it's like, once it's over, it makes you feel better and you're attracting this into your life. And it's like, you're not even aware. It's like, you're not even aware of this. But you are hoping though to have an offer come through for sure with the Knight of Cups, or hoping that you'll be able to accept. I think there is a little bit of an issue though. But again, with the star being the overall, you're talking about something coming through to you that's going to create some healing and some hope too, right? Beyond seeing the bigger picture here and actually seeing that what you wanted is attainable. Now, with the Nine of Wands, I just think that for some of you, given what's in your environment, it would make sense that you would be looking at things in a suspicious way almost. But it's not a bad thing. Just be careful about blocking out what is coming to you. Now, with discipline and mysticism, again, there's like this feeling of like wanting to back off because of what you don't know, but discipline is saying, you got to stick to this, crack down on yourself and stick to the commitments, implement that program of change in your life, right? Especially with death being there. I like all of it. I think it looks great. Now, if you're happy in a relationship right now, there's just a really good connection going on and things are getting better. But I do think that for some of you, this is about a relationship coming through and a better connection, but in a new way. It's like there's history there, but it's coming through in a new way. Now, for some of you, it could just simply be a business partnership, which looks great, reaching your goals here for sure. But there's still a little bit of hesitancy almost with that Nine of Wands. But now coming out of this, there's your Ace of Cups, the Six of Wands. Yeah, you are attracting this and you're not even aware, which is funny. But then, you know, coming out with the sun, it's like everything is great. I love it. It's an easy reading. And what you have coming to you is so good. It's so good. And the connection that's going to be made here is going to open the door to, you know, again, looking at things in a much bigger way, right? Bigger and better. But all of it to me looks perfect. Now, the solar plexus, and again, with the sun, right? Your sense of self, feeling better about who you believe you are and where you are headed. And once you have that understanding, action needs to be taken here, but then it's going to cause that transition. Once you take that action and you know who you are, you feel confident in what you are doing and you start moving forward. It's perfect to me. And as far as whispers of love, right, if somebody is telling you I love you, you need to listen to that, and you need to say it back. It has to be returned here, right? You know, are you actually hearing it? Are you hearing what's being said to you? But it's perfect. Like, all of it is perfect. There's just little parts of you that are hesitating because of, you know, things that you may not know just yet, right? But don't let that fear take hold. You know, stick to the plans that you have set for yourself, but definitely be open to the offers that are coming through, and be careful about how suspiciously you're looking at them.